Okay, hold on. Can you pull up on your phone
Okay.
to see? Hello, everybody. I'm here in the dorm, Ohio University with Bruno.
What's up?
Hello. All right.
I don't.
Let me hook this.
Yeah, you're streaming. You're streaming.
Let me pull it up.
Oh, my hair's wonky.
Dude, he's pulling it up. Okay. Can we use your phone? Can we use your phone for chat in case someone chats? Can we use your phone for chat in case someone chats? Okay. Well, we're gonna go out to this room out here. We'll lay down the ground rules. I've never done a filmed live stream before.
Trent, we'll have to go outside. We'll be way too loud.
Yeah, we're gonna go outside actually. Come on, Bruno.
Yeah, we're gonna go outside.
Taylor.
Wait, I need to grab my keys. That could have been bad.
Reese Price. Hi, Taylor. Who's Taylor?
Oh, Reese is on.
All right, Bruno, I'll be outside.
Okay.
It's echoey in here, and there's dorms, so we're gonna go outside and film this. So this is the college campus right here. Find a table or something. Bruno will be coming out soon. So I'm not actually at college right now. Well, I am, but I'm here for a band camp, which lasts about a week. Now, it's the first time I've ever done a phone live stream before. Usually, they are on my computer. It's a video game stream, but now that I have 1,000 subscribers, I can actually stream off the phone. So I can just stream like this. This is the first time I've ever done something like this. Bruno, hey, where are we gonna sit? We gotta find a table or something. Gotta find a setup. Okay. Okay, this is live, so I can't cut any of this out. Where are we gonna sit? You wanna just walk around until we find a table or something?
Sure.
We should probably go this way. Let's go this way.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a vlog type deal. If anyone chats, let me know.
Wait, Trent.
Yeah.
I gotta remind.
What does it say? Oh.
Said if we leave the dorm, then we have to be with an RN.
Okay, we can't be outside, so we have to go back inside now. Bruno's opening the door. We'll just hang out here. Because the lighting's not bad. Okay. We get our own little private room in here.
have to be with one, like, if it's outside the dorm. Like, outside our room.
Oh, we gotta go to our room.
Yeah.
So, never mind. Oh, okay, we're back in the room. How we doing, guys? We got this Queen Elizabeth book we're gonna be looking
Can you
at.
hold this by any chance?
Get the Jurassic World Dr. Pepper. My arm hurts so bad. Oh, okay. Keep forgetting this is live and I can't cut anything out. This is the first time I've ever done this. Okay, we're just going to. All right, this will just sit this here. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. So, get all this crap out of the way. So, anyway, today, Bruno's here. We're going to be reading this book about Queen Elizabeth II. I got this from Meijer, and Meijer is a regional store. I've been over this before. It's only in the Midwest. If you don't live in the Midwest, you don't know what Meijer is. And by the way, for those of you who aren't aware, Midwest is basically between Ohio and Kansas. Anything in between there is a Midwestern state. We're already done. So we're going to read this about Queen Elizabeth. We're very tired. If you have any questions for us, let us know. We'll probably be on here for an hour or so, 2 hours, 3. Okay, so what's the chat look like? Maybe I don't know. Anyway, so this is about Queen Elizabeth and her 70-year reign, Her Majesty's 70-year reign. Where's Marlene at? Is she on yet? I'm gonna pull this up because maybe I can, on the computer, maybe I can. I did think. David Seibert, are you in the hospital? It's my dad, guys. And I'm in a dorm right now. All right. Battery's running low on this thing. I can't see. Oh, let me pull up YouTube. Okay, so Queen Elizabeth II. This kind of sucks. It's a really weird setup. Oh, okay. We just had a huge, we just had to watch a concert, factory concert, and in the middle of the thing, I sneezed, and the people performing said, "Bless you."
That was funny.
It was ridiculous. Okay, let me check your stuff. Senor, where do you go? Check your stuff.
I heard someone.
Okay. What's up, party people? All right, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, good start. So, first thing, here's the lovely lady herself, Queen Elizabeth II.
Oh yes.
She is a glorious thing. Sorry if I sound really tired, because I am. Here's Queen Elizabeth. Actually, Bruno, we gotta get a drink first. Before we get started.
Drink. I already got mine.
Where's my lemonade at?
Make sure it's the one from yesterday. The one that's, yeah.
Okay. Well, here's my drink. Minute Maid lemonade. Bruno's gonna share hooked up. Okay. So those of you that aren't aware, Queen Elizabeth II has been on the throne for 70 years as of February 2022. Now it's actually June 2022, so she's been on the throne for longer. She took the throne back in 1952 after her father passed away. Who was her father?
I don't know.
George VI, and we'll get into him here in a second. Is there any way I could, I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to turn the page here. So the beginning of the book shows a lovely portrait of Queen Elizabeth back in the day. Now this shows her entire 70-year reign in pictures. So, smash the like button for me.
Okay.
Okay, smash the like button.
There we go.
So here we go. The first picture this is her formal portrait, which was taken in 1954, 2 years after she took the throne, after the father of her death. I mean, the death of her father. I said the father of her
Wait,
death.
how do I go to the chat?
Live chat.
Oh.
If there's anybody in there,
Yeah. Not much.
could you, do you have anybody you could send the stream to?
I do.
Send the link to so they can watch it?
Gotcha.
So, gentlemen, we're at Ohio University. Now, Logan Paul went to this college, so that's kind of cool. I'm sure a lot of you guys know that. Two legends went here, Logan Paul and Mr. Rodish went here.
Oh yeah.
It's a very treasured place. So this is her formal monarch picture taken in 1954, which I already talked about. The first, there's chapters in this book. The contents, chapter 6, just about Queen Elizabeth, her life. So, the first chapter is her 70-year reign, is all the more remarkable because of the fact she was born in 1926. No one ever expected her to become queen in the first place, and here's why. Who's older, Queen Elizabeth or Ohio University? OU was founded in 1804, and the king at that time was George III. So that's how that was. But she was never expected to become queen because when she was born in 1926, the king at the time was George VI. Now, or not George VI, George V. George V had two sons. He had more sons. He had 3 sons. His eldest son, his name was Edward, Prince Edward, the Prince of Wales. Prince of Wales is the heir to the throne. He was expected to become king, and then the title was going to pass down through him. And George V eventually ended up dying in 1936 when Queen Elizabeth was about 9 years old. She's almost 10. She was about to turn 9. Yes, Bruno's put on the cap, because if I spill that would be very bad. The eldest child of George V was Edward. So when George V died in 1936, Elizabeth was 9 years old, almost 10. Her uncle becomes King Edward VIII. Now, Edward VIII is a tumultuous, I don't really know if tumultuous is the right word, but he was not a very good monarch. I mean, some people don't even consider him to be one of the monarchs. I mean, he ruled, just short story, Edward VIII reigned less than a year because he wanted to marry a woman named Wallis Simpson, who was a twice divorced American woman, which was a very unpopular thing to do at that time. Even today, with Prince Harry, marrying Meghan Markle, who is an American woman. That is very controversial to do, and she was not of nobility or anything. So Edward VIII had two options British Parliament gave him. They said, you can either marry Wallace Simpson and abdicate, which abdicate means you give up the throne. So that was one of his options. The second option was you don't marry her and you stay on the throne, because he had never got married up to that point. And in the 1930s, he was in his 40s. He was 42 and never married up to that point, never had any kids. And when he abdicated in 1936, December, he renounced his own rights to the throne, and he renounced all of his descendants, which means his kids, grandkids, etc., rights from becoming the monarch. But Edward VIII never ended up having any kids. He actually died in 1972, about 50 years ago. So then the throne then passes to his younger brother, Albert. And Albert decides, his name is Prince Albert, and he takes his name as George VI. He doesn't go as King Albert, he goes as George VI, because monarchs get to choose their reigning name. So he becomes King George VI, I guess after his father is George V. So he's George VI. He becomes king, and now his heir is his eldest daughter. George VI has two daughters. There's Elizabeth and Margaret. Now Elizabeth is the oldest of the two. She was the oldest of the two. Now she is now the heir. So now that George VI dies, when George VI dies, as long as he doesn't have any sons, Elizabeth will become queen. But George VI at this point is again in his 40s, and he only ended up having two kids. So that's the background. And then George VI eventually dies in 1952. Now George VI had very bad health, and we talked about in the material of this video. He was a huge smoker. He smoked a lot of cigarettes, and he had a really weird stuttering thing that he got really nervous when he had to speak in public. And he was king during World War II, and he got really nervous for public speaking. He would often stutter and stuff, and he was a huge smoke. He smoked a lot of cigarettes, and it eventually led to his death. He died at 56 years old. And then Elizabeth, at 25, becomes queen, and she's currently 96, still queen in 2022, which is kind of ridiculous. So that's a little background on how she came to the throne in the first place. So yeah, that's that. Queen Elizabeth Cyrus, great. Oh, thanks.
I'm sending the link to people.
I like how I still get notifications. We got 5 people watching right now. All right, let's kick this off. Okay, guys, we'll also use this as a little Q&A session if you want to ask us any questions. And feel free, as long as they're not inappropriate. Okay, so the first picture here was taken on May 29th of 1926. It is of... It's this one up here at the top. That's King George VI and Elizabeth Bowes Lyon and Queen Elizabeth. This is Elizabeth. She was about a month old in that picture. It was taken in 1926. George VI, or at that point, he was Prince Albert. And then, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck for woodchuck could chuck wood? I don't know, Bruno. I don't know. Wubba dubba dub, is that true? David's on. Crazy David.
He said the same thing on the Discord.
Oh, he
Keep
did.
saying wubba dubba.
So, this is George VI, Prince Albert at the time, or Bertie. George V called him Bertie, and then Elizabeth was Lilibet. And this is George VI's wife, Elizabeth Bowes Lyon. She will play a big part in Elizabeth's long lifespan. We'll get into that later. I'm not going to spoil it, but we'll get into that. And then here's Queen Elizabeth as a month-old child in May of 1926. Yeah. So, I'm going to read the headline for the picture. So, May 29th, 1926 when that was taken. 5-week-old Princess Elizabeth sleeps in her mother's arms following her christening in the private chapel of Buckingham Palace. She was born on April 21st, 1926, at 17 Bruton Street in London's Mayfair, the home of her maternal grandparents. She was christened Elizabeth Alexandra Mary. That was her full name, was Elizabeth Alexandra Mary. Did not know that. Now, her maternal grandparents are her mother's parents, because Her father's parents were George V and Mary of Teck, who was the queen consort. And then George VI obviously was the monarch at the time. And his wife was Mary of Teck. Now, she actually ended up dying. Elizabeth, she was still alive when Elizabeth became queen. And I wonder if they'll have any pictures of her in here. But Mary of Teck was originally supposed to be George V's. George V had an older brother, which I can't remember his name. But George V wasn't supposed to become king either. He was the second son. His oldest son, was his name Albert too? I don't remember his name. But that was it. He was supposed to marry Mary of Teck, but George V ended up marrying his brother's fiancée, who was Mary of Teck. But she was the queen consort at the time, so that was why she didn't live with them. Because she got Christian at her mother's parents' house. Anything to say about that picture, Bruno? The top one there.
Top one. Pretty nice picture.
Little baby. That's baby Elizabeth. That's Her Majesty.
Your Matt. My Matt. Wait, is it my Matt? Like,
I guess not, right? You're not.
Would I say that's my Majesty?
Or it's Your Majesty. It's Her Majesty.
Yeah.
Because, well, we're not. I don't know if it's yours because we're not British citizens,
Yeah.
but next picture. This was taken on May 12th of 1937. Now, here we have the entire family. 1937 was the year after Edward VIII's abdication, and George VI, her father, is officially the king of the British Empire. And as you can see in there, we have George VI, the king at the time, and then the queen consort, Elizabeth Belles Lyon, and then the older daughter there is Elizabeth II, who will become, and then her younger sister Margaret, who's Princess Margaret. Those are who's in that picture. And I'm gonna read the headline here. So this was taken on May 12th of 1937. So Elizabeth at that point was about 11. Left. King George VI is joined by his family on his coronation day. That was his coronation day, May 12th, 1937. He took the throne in December of 1936. His coronation was a few months later. Life changed dramatically for Princess Elizabeth when her uncle abdicated on December 11th, 1936. David, what the French? A mere 11 months after he had become king, in order to marry... My computer just died. In order to marry an American divorcee, Wallace Simpson, which I already talked about. Her father was crowned in his palace and took the name King George VI, with her mother becoming Queen Elizabeth. Her mother was also Queen Elizabeth because her name was Elizabeth, but she was the queen. But she was... The current queen is a queen regnant. She was a queen consort. A queen consort is the king's wife, but she does not have the power of a queen regnant. A queen regnant is Elizabeth. Now, Elizabeth is the queen regnant because she was actually born with it. Queen consorts are the queen by marriage, so they don't actually rule. The monarch always has to be from a bloodline. If you marry in, you will not have royal power, but you will be... Hola, soy Bruno. And you won't be, you can't be a monarch. You won't be head. But you will still be involved with the royal family, of course. Let's continue on. Blue Kool-Aid.
No, they're bringing cookies. They said they're at 8:45. We're dropping off cookies if we wanted to.
Oh, okay. The family moved to Buckingham Palace, and at the age of 10, Elizabeth became heir to the throne. She took on the role of heir apparent presumptive rather than heir apparent. So presumptive means she's not 100% going to be the heir, because if George VI has a son, she gets bypassed, no matter how old it was. Because back then, if you were male, you'd get taken over. And usually, presumptive is a title given to the daughter. Now, it doesn't matter. If Edward VIII has kids, it doesn't matter, because he renounced his rights to all of his descendants. He never ended up having kids, but if he did, that was how it was. Heir presumptive. As that time, the order of succession favored males, of course.
Males.
Because males are obviously... I'm not going to say that on camera. If her parents were to have had a son, he would have overtaken her position in the line of the throne, but they only had 2 daughters. So that never happened. But if Elizabeth would have had a brother, no matter how younger that brother was, you know? Let me think about this for a second. No, that wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen because her father would be dead. Never mind. I was going to say something like, what if she was already queen, but then she had a brother, like gave birth after that? But that would happen because her dad was dead.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't happen. That's interesting. So if Elizabeth would have had a brother, no matter if Elizabeth was 20 and her dad and mom had another child, it was a son 20 years younger than her, she'd be bypassed. But she's always ahead of her sister, of course, because it's just seen. Now in Britain, it has the male preference primogeniture, which means it'll pass through a female if possible, the most senior female. The next picture was taken in 1942. This top one here. I need a good view of it. This one here.
What's that one of?
We'll find out. Those two, it's George VI and Elizabeth II. That was taken in 1942.
David keeps saying the same thing over and over again. It's weird.
I don't know what he's doing. We got 6 people watching right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Chris was in there.
Yeah.
I didn't see him.
I sent it to a bunch of people.
Oh, what's going on, Chris? Sorry, I didn't see you. Oh, you snapped me. Oh, okay. Relax real quick. What do you think about Elizabeth?
Love her. She's me.
You are?
Yeah,
Sure,
I
he
am.
is with Queen Elizabeth II on my phone. I'm going to take this off. Nice Pac-Man shirt. Thanks, David. Appreciate it. So this book is so long. Look at that.
That's a lot. Are we going over this whole thing?
Yes.
Tonight?
Yes.
No. We can't do that.
We
It's not
can't.
possible.
I beat 2 Donkey Kong games in one sitting. I think it's possible.
Within how long?
12 hours.
This stream is going to be 12 hours.
Oh my God. I don't know. Dude, if I stay up all night tomorrow, I'm going to be holy crap. Here, okay. I was live from about 9 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. one day. So 1942, on that picture you can see with young Elizabeth now, the next in line of succession. She prepared for her future role through her studies at Windsor Castle, as well as with guidance from her father. They are seen looking at documents from the royal boxes together. Okay. So at that time in 1942, Elizabeth was probably about 16. 16. It's about our age.
Think she would go to OU camp?
Probably not,
Yeah.
because she lived in Britain.
No.
I don't know why she come to OU.
Well, you never know.
Oh, maybe I just feel like maybe she'd take the dance program with Banwa. Too sorry. Or Bruno. Mr. Rose for Smash! Neither of y'all
Yes.
are with him heaven. Oh, with him heaven. I can't read. We can't be screaming. Why are my parents in this thing? We can't be screaming because there's people around in a dorm.
Yeah.
Or they're in a dorm. It's kind of like a hotel. Oh, I can't finish this book.
Jack, we don't have to finish the whole book.
Oh, we got this.
We can split it up.
We got this.
Just like we did with Angry Birds. We didn't
We
finish
could.
Angry Birds, did we?
I did. Oh no, I gave up because it froze.
Yeah. Oh wait, so you finished the game?
No,
I thought you said you finished.
I almost I finished. Where's Marlene at?
I don't know. Usually she's like the first one on there.
Disappointed.
Your mom said, "Do not stay up all night."
Oh, well, Mom, it depends on when we finish this book. No matter whatever circumstances, if this college burns down.
Disclosure. Wait.
No, we gotta get moving. Okay, I'm gonna relax a little bit. I'm ready for bed, aren't you? Like,
Yeah, I'm tired.
I'm excited.
I feel actually way more energetic than yesterday. And we barely did anything yesterday.
Okay. So, okay. Next picture. We got Queen Elizabeth right here by a truck. This picture was taken in April of 1945, right at the end of World War II. At this time, she's about 19 years old. What's what they're saying on chat?
On chat, they're saying last thing said. Oh,
You just
I know. Every time I go to live chat, I accidentally dislike it. Last thing, David said, Trent, do a whole Rhythm Heaven fever stream for the Wii.
If I get the game, you get the game first.
Yeah.
But I'll consider that. I might do that.
Can you read all of them?
David was just blowing up the chat here. Okay, so that picture is Princess Elizabeth was the first female member of the royal family to become a full-time member of the British Armed Forces. Dude, I did not know that. Dude, she's part of the British Armed Forces.
It's crazy.
Holy crap. When she was 18 years old, she trained as a driver and mechanic with the Auxiliary Territorial Service during World War II. By the end of the war, she had reached the rank of junior commander. I don't know what junior commander is, but I guess it's like a junior version of a commander. Yeah. I mean, that's what makes sense, but that's cool. She was in the British Armed Forces during World War II, so she was in the Allied side. She was on our side. That's good for us. Not for Germany, but for us.
Yeah.
I understand if you're watching this from Germany.
I don't think.
Oh, see you, David. If you're watching this from Germany, you are a great country now, and I'm gonna say I like you during World War II. You got great history. Germany, great history. My ancestors from my male line happen to be from Germany. So I got nothing against Germany. I'm just saying Elizabeth was on our side. They were against us in that war. Same thing with Japan. I love Japan now. They kind of bombed us and stuff, and we bombed them back. Wasn't good. What are you texting?
I'm texting them, letting them know. My mom said that it won't let her watch it. I told her to just watch it on my little brother's phone.
Okay. See you chat here. Bye. See ya. See ya, David. Sleep well. She's saying, Rebecca.
She was making fun of me because I couldn't open this throughout the video.
Oh, did you watch the stream?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Woo! We're tired, guys. Just to make that clear. So Elizabeth served in the armed forces. Next picture. We got my all-time rival, Prince Philip.
Prince Philip? Your all-time rival?
Oh, he's dead, but now. Prince Philip. We'll get this I can't talk. This picture was taken on November 20th of 1947, the wedding of Queen Elizabeth. Princess Elizabeth, she was still princess at the time, and Prince Philip posed for their photographs on their wedding day. They were married in the morning before 2,000 guests at Westminster Abbey.
Wait, so
Luke went there. Luke went there. Yeah. Luke went there.
So he's your rival because he married her?
Yeah, no, I don't marry her.
You?
No, I wasn't really alive back then.
But you would marry her?
I was alive back then. I was 550 back then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but he's dead now.
But wouldn't you be way over age for her?
I would, especially back then when she was only 21.
Yeah.
So, the event was also broadcasted by BBC Radio. Yeah, that existed in the 1940s. And 200 million people around the world. Wow.
It's crazy.
The wedding of Philip and Elizabeth. Now, Philip, I think we'll get into this later there. But Philip just died in 2021.
Yeah.
And he made it to 99.
99?
He was born in 1921. He died in 2021. He died before his 100th birthday. He almost turned 100. Crazy. If he was still alive, he'd be 101. right now because he would have had a birthday. He was born in June of 1921. He died in April of 2021. So, next page. All right, here we go. Here is the monarch stuff. So that was an introduction, kind of like the prologue of the book. Those were all the events, the major life events that she had before becoming queen. And she took the throne at 25. So those are her pictures before she became queen. Now, this is her nowadays. This is her on her 70th anniversary of becoming queen on February 6, February 6, 2022. Okay. Queen Elizabeth, A Life of Duty. Now, I'm going to read all this for you. It's story time. Princess Elizabeth was just 25 years old when her father, King George VI, died in his sleep in Sandringham House on February 6, 1952, making her queen. Exactly 70 decades later, she awoke in the very same Norfolk estate to mark becoming the first British monarch to ever reach the Platinum Jubilee. Now, there have only ever been 4 monarchs in the history of the world to obtain the Platinum Jubilee. Elizabeth II, of course. Bhumipal of Thailand, or Rama IX of Thailand. He made 70 years. He died in 2016. Been on the throne since 1946, but he died. Elizabeth has passed him up. There was also Sobhuza II of Swaziland, who was king from 1899 to 1982. 83 years as king, ruling for 83 years. He took the throne when he was about 4 months old and ruled until he was 83 years old. Yeah. And then the other one was the infamous Sun King Louis XIV of France. He ruled for 72 years from 1643 to 1715. Now, her record-breaking reign is perhaps all the more remarkable because of the fact that when she was born in 1926, no one ever expected her to become queen. We already went over. It was only when her uncle, King Edward VIII, abdicated 10 years later and her father took the throne, that the princess was thrusted into the spotlight as his heir. Despite the huge public role awaiting her, Elizabeth and her younger sister Margaret enjoyed the carefree childhood, which with the king affectionately referring to his close family as "we four," because there are 4 of them, of course, called Lilibet. Lilibet was her nickname. By those closest to her, Elizabeth was educated at home, and she was gradually introduced to the royal duties by her parents. She made her first radio broadcast when she was only 14 years old in 1940, at the start of the Second World War, and by the end of the conflict. Now, in 1940, a little history lesson in World War II. 1940 was when Britain got involved in World War II, because that is when the Nazis took over France, and that's when Britain came to the rescue to try to help them attain the territory back, and fought the Nazis, and teamed up with the Soviet Union to try to keep them in. But that was in 1940. So she did a broadcast around it. And that was right when Winston Churchill became prime minister as well. She had proudly served as a mechanic in the women's branch of the British military. After marrying the man, she was later to describe as her strength and stay in 1947. Now, all the marriages are arranged back then because they want to keep the nobility, especially for an heir. That is important. She was arranged with Prince Philip. And I'm not saying they weren't in love or anything. I'm just saying that they had planned that out for like a year before, 2 years before. She knew she was going to marry this man. He knew he was going to marry her. I think they might have grown up again. Now, Prince Philip is kind of Danish. He's also Greek. He was part of the Greece monarchy, which did eventually fall in the 1980s, I think, or 1960s, something like that. But it was still exist. He was part of the house of Mountbatten. Philip Mountbatten, Prince Philip Mountbatten, is who she married. Now, he was a male line descendant of King Christian IX of Denmark. So he had some royal blood on him, which usually they do. And Prince Philip already had 2 children when George VI suddenly passed away, and when she became queen. The 2 kids were Prince Charles and Princess Anne, which we'll get into them later. Queen Elizabeth in total had 4 kids. There was Prince Charles, who's the Prince of Wales, who's still alive. They're all still alive. Prince Charles, Prince of Wales, who is now the heir. If Elizabeth dies, he'll become king. Second child is Princess Anne, and she's the Princess Royal. Princess Royal is the title given to the eldest daughter of the monarch. And then the third child is Prince Andrew, who was the Duke of York for a while, but I think Elizabeth just recently took that title away from him because he was associated with the sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein in a recent scandal. Literally recent, like I'm talking 2022, like I'm talking really recently. So I don't know if he's still the Duke of York or not, or if Elizabeth took that away from him, but she stripped him a few of his titles for that, Prince Andrew. And then the fourth is Prince Edward, who is the Earl of Wessex. And he is currently... He is the Earl of Wessex, but his father, Prince Philip, was, I believe, the Duke of Edinburgh, which is the Scottish capital. Now, the Duke of Edinburgh title was supposed to pass down. Prince Philip said that it's going to pass down to Edward when I die, because Charles is going to become king. But allegedly, the titles from the father passed down to the eldest son. So currently, as it stands, I believe Charles is technically the Duke of Edinburgh. But once Charles becomes king, he's not allowed, as a monarch, he's not allowed to have any lesser titles. So he will give the Duke of Edinburgh title to Edward. So that will happen. She currently became queen. Their family was completed in the 1960s after she navigated the early challenges and demands of her new role. They went on to have 8 grandchildren and many great-grandchildren. If her reign can be characterized by any one thing, it must surely be her constant presence in a rapidly changing world. Understanding the need to remain connected with the public, she traveled the length and breadth of the United Kingdom and visited 117 countries in the past 70 years. 117 countries, that's insane. Continuing public visits right up until her advancing years forced to slow her down. So recently she's kind of been a little backing off on the travel, but she still does it. Perhaps her most famous quote is, I have to be seen to be believed. So it was no surprise that when the Queen passed the historic milestone of 70 years on the throne on February 6th, 2022, she was determined to be visible. A video showed her reviewing cards from children as her pet dog roamed at her feet, and she hosted a reception for the community groups at Sandringham House with the Platinum Jubilee cake. Now, Sandringham House is famous because that's where her father died. And officially, she was there when he died. And officially, allegedly, I mean, not her coronation, but when her father died at Sandringham House, that's technically, once your father dies, that's when you become queen. So that's where she became queen at Sandringham House, exactly 70 years before that. So that's why she did her thing in the Sandringham House, which is where she is right there. She's got the portrait of her father and his corgi right there, his dog. I think that's what you call him. However, the 96-year-old, we got a Endoskeleton Bros Wubba Dubba. Oh my god.
What is that?
What's the Wubba Dubbas today?
I don't know.
What's with the Wubba Dubbas? Endoskeleton.
David started that.
Could someone give me like a background on the Wubba Dubba stuff? Who is that? Endoskeleton Bros?
I have no idea who that is.
Never heard of them.
What is Wubba Dubba?
What is Wubba Dubba? Let us know. I'll read these last 2 paragraphs. Okay, ready. However, the 96-year-old queen put her stamp on the future of the British monarchy in her written message released to the public for the Jubilee. Okay, fun fact as well. Davey told me to. Oh my god. Here's the thing. The Platinum Jubilee ceremony was held a few weeks ago. Guess who's in London when the Jubilee happened?
What?
Luke Woodruff.
Oh.
He was there. He was there during the time. So I was like, huge Evan. It's from Rhythm Heaven. I've had a lot of requests. I mean, I've had one request to do a Rhythm Heaven live stream. It's a game on the Wii, Rhythm Heaven Fever. It's actually on other systems. But.
What was that one that Caitlin? That one game that Caitlin was talking about?
Persona 5?
Yeah.
I won't play that. What's the game Joker? You know Joker from Smash Bros? He's from that game.
Yeah. Okay.
But okay. She outlined her sincere wish, in quotes, that when Prince Charles succeeds her as monarch. Okay, by the way, I'm not plagiarizing anything. I have full shout outs to this magazine. So please don't attack me, whoever made this magazine. Her specials, please don't attack me in town. I'm just saying they probably won't, but I'm just saying that. This is 100%. I didn't write this book at all. Okay, this is fully this. Okay. She outlined her sincere wish in quotes that when Prince Charles succeeds her as monarch, his wife Camilla will be crowned alongside him as queen consort, overturning previous declarations that Camilla would use the lesser title princess consort. Now, the reason Camilla was originally going to go as princess consort is because the eldest grandchild, the most senior grandchildren of Elizabeth, Harry and William, were the sons of Charles, of course, but with his first wife, Princess Diana, not Camilla. So Diana, they divorced in 1997, and then Camilla died in a car accident. It was a pretty famous scandal incident there. But since Diana was the original and the mother of the future queen, they weren't going to have Camilla be the queen consort, but Elizabeth officially declared after that, we'll let Camilla be consort instead. Kind of slap in the face to Diana, but it's just how it is. In a speech she gave that opened the United Nations Climate Change Conference in November of 2021, Queen Elizabeth also attracted a lot of attention when she said, "None of us will live forever." This is horrible. None of us will live forever. That was a quote she gave at the November 2021 conference. While her statement was undeniably true, there is little question that her remarkable legacy of service will live on for centuries to come. And that's for sure. I mean, she is insane. Like, she's ridiculous. By the way, the picture I showed you, it is a picture. And it's taken on February 6, 2022. And it's got a paragraph too, so... of course, February 6, 2022. In celebration of Queen Elizabeth's historic Platinum Jubilee, Buckingham Palace released a portrait of the 95-year-old monarch who marked 70 years on the throne that day. She sits alongside one of her iconic red dispatch boxes, which contain governmental documents for her review. She's dressed in a lime green tweed shift designed by Angela Kelly and wears 2 diamond ivy leaf clips, a gift from the Queen Mother when Elizabeth turned 21. The Queen Mother is Elizabeth. Her name was Queen Elizabeth too when she was monarch, but they call her the Queen Mother because when you say Queen Elizabeth, they think you mean the actual Queen Elizabeth. Even though her mother was Queen Elizabeth too, she just wasn't a monarch when she turned 21, which was in 1947. The photograph of the table beside the Queen is of her father, George VI, at Buckingham Palace in 1948, just 4 years before he passed away. Let's take a break. Okay. Let me get out here. Where's Marlene at?
I don't know.
There's somebody who could shout this out. Hey guys. We still alive?
Yeah, I know that. This is part of the British Armed Forces.
I wonder if Will's gonna come out here.
Will, did you even show him your channel? You gotta show.
I'll lay down on bed. This is uncomfortable.
You should write a note, the name of your channel, slide it under his door.
The Will and live stream.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay. So what's the date?
It's the 20th June 2022.
Good job.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to finish.
Yeah.
I was like, the
Do
20th.
you want the time too?
Sure.
9:06 p.m.
9:06 p.m. on the 20th of June, 2022.
Can you say that in Spanish?
Okay. Go ahead. Son las 9:07 de la noche en el... No, not en el... what did we say? No, tell me.
Okay.
I know this. Day of the week.
I'm not sure if I know.
That's la fecha de hoy. Hoy es lunes de... No. El lunes el 20 de junio de 2022. I'm pretty sure that sounds right.
Yeah.
There we go. Miss Ola would be proud. Miss Ola's about her age. Just kidding. Miss Ola, I'm sorry. I know you're 65. You're 65. You're 65. I know. That's kind of creepy. Miss Ola, I love you. I love you so much. Okay, that sounds weird. Okay. Miss Ola, if you're watching this, I know you're probably not, but you could be.
We should email.
I'll be back. Spanish 3. I'll be back. Miss Ola, I'll be back. Spanish 3. I'll be back. Okay. As long as Mr. Hernandez doesn't make me quit Spanish.
Why would she make you quit?
I don't know. Hey, if I ever feel down in her class, I can just say, next year I'll have a lock-in. Next year I'll have her again. So, yeah. Miss Ola, I'm just letting you know that. Nothing against Hernandez. I haven't had you yet. If you're watching this, again, if you guys are watching this in the year 2060, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Or whenever you're watching this, if YouTube even exists, then I don't even know. But anyways, Miss Ola, Bruno, good teacher.
Good teacher.
Good teacher.
Good teacher.
I have a Spanish class, man.
Me too.
Anyway, we're gonna switch pages here.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this. Okay, we're finally to chapter 1.
Wait.
Okay, here we go. Chapter 1, a new queen. This period is the first 10 years of her presidency.
Yes, presidency.
Her reign, 1952 to 1961. Here's her lovely portrait. This portrait was taken on October 10th of 1952. Just a few months after becoming queen. Her father died in February. That was her in October. I'm going to read the headline first. October 10, 1952. The Queen departs the Empire Theatre in London's Leicester Square after attending the royal film performance of Because You're Mine prior to her coronation the following year. Her coronation was in 1953. She looks so pretty. Okay. Oh my God, I gotta read this again. Look how big that O is, dude. Look at that. That word is nothing special, it's just the word on. Okay. Bruno, chapter 2, you're gonna read them, okay?
Okay.
On January 31st, 1952, we'll switch. Chapter 1, I'll read the odd chapters, you read the even chapters.
Okay.
On I'll obviously, because you don't know too much about this stuff,
Yeah.
I'll add in after what you're saying. I'll add in some facts. But on January 31st of 1952, Princess Elizabeth waved goodbye to the United Kingdom and departed on an overseas tour representing her ailing father, King George VI. Just 1 week later, she returned early, this time greeted as Queen by her first Prime Minister, Winston Churchill. Yeah, Winston Churchill. My heart is too full for me to say more to you today than that I shall always work, as my father did throughout his reign, to uphold constitutional government and to advance the happiness and prosperity of my peoples, Elizabeth said the following day as she was officially proclaimed queen. Her young mother, the 3-year-old Prince Charles, Prince Charles, and 1-year-old Princess Anne. So that was them. Her eldest son Charles was 3 years old. He was born in 1948, and then Princess Anne, who was born in 1950. Elizabeth had suddenly found herself at the helm of a nation, a female head of state in an era full of male politicians and leaders. Indeed, traditional gender roles were reversed in her marriage, as Prince Philip gave up his naval career to support his wife. At her coronation on the 2nd of June, 1953, he knelt before her and promised to be her liege man of life and limb. Not long after, the couple embarked on a 6-month Commonwealth tour, traveling to more than 40,000 miles to 13 countries while leaving their children home in the care of the Queen Mother and stuff. Oh, and staff. I thought it said in stuff. I'm like, what? So the Queen Mother, the grandmother, took care of Princess Anne and Prince Charles. The first decade of Queen Elizabeth's reign brought some challenges. She was unable to give her sister, Princess Margaret, approval to marry the divorcee Peter Townsend after the Church of England and government disapproved. The Queen's own marriage was also in the spotlight when Prince Philip toured the royal yacht Britannia with her in 1956 and 1957. And her spokesman later issued a statement denying there was a rift between them. But as always, the Queen plowed on with her duties, traveling across the UK, as well as playing a host or guest in the diplomatic missions with overseas leaders in the United Kingdom, or just any other country. She wore a tiara and gown to meet Marilyn Monroe at the 1956 annual Royal Film Performance, but donned overalls and a hard hat in 1958 to travel down a coal mine in Fife, Scotland. She made her first visit to India in 1961, and that same year she hosted President John F. Kennedy and his wife Jackie at the Buckingham Palace. Pretty cool stuff. Like, I think Kennedy was the first president to stay at Buckingham Palace. She hosted him there in 1961. She also met Marilyn Monroe. You know who Marilyn Monroe is, right?
Who is she?
She was a famous actress and like model. You'll see her. There's pictures of her here. You'll probably know who she is. One of my favorite pictures in the book here. We got my girl and my man. Queen Elizabeth II and Winston Churchill. And here are two little kids, Charles and Anne. 1953. They don't know the date that was taken, but they do know it was taken in 1953. The Queen chats, in that picture, the Queen chats with Prime Minister Winston Churchill, with Prince Charles and Princess Anne by her side. Churchill served as the first of her 14 prime ministers. Out of her 70-year reign, she's went through 14 prime ministers. It's pretty impressive. The most of any monarch, of course. With Boris Johnson being the most recent. And Boris Johnson is freaking awesome. As sovereign, the Queen has no political power and remains politically neutral for the most part. However, she holds weekly meetings with her prime ministers and can advise, encourage, and warn ministers on government matters. David Cameron, her 12th prime minister, said in a 2012 BBC documentary about the meetings, "She's seen and heard it all. She asks you well-informed and brilliant questions that make you think about the things you're doing." So she advises the prime minister. She doesn't have any political say in what happens because they don't have power. I think the last monarch to have power, I think, was Victoria. I think that's when they passed the monarch, the constitutional British Constitution, which made it so that way they had that. But also, the first prime minister was Robert Walpole, I think in 1721, which was during the reign of George the First. George the First. I usually say Victoria was the first monarch without power because the others still had power, like George the Third, George the Fourth, William the Fourth. But that was all that. Despite their differences, the Queen Elizabeth and Winston Churchill actually shared a deep bond. Now, Churchill and George VI were very good friends too during World War II because he was the prime minister then, but he was still prime minister. I think there was a period Churchill came in. Well, it was originally Neville Chamberlain in 1939, and he died in 1940. And a week after Churchill takes in, Germany takes over France. A week after he takes office. Like, could you imagine that? You become prime minister, and then a week later, or maybe it wasn't even a week, it might have been a few days, that Germany takes over for France, and you have to deal with that. But they were good friends. They smoked cigarettes together. Churchill and Elizabeth. Churchill had a very unhealthy diet. He drank and smoked nonstop, and he made it to 91.
Impressive.
Literally, like, my gosh. So, yeah, that's it.
Going with the punches.
He was a tough guy. But what I'm saying is, there was a period, I think, after World War II that Churchill was out of office for like the late 1940s, and then I think in 1951 or something, he came back as prime minister, and he was minister when Elizabeth took the throne back in the day. Okay. Next picture. Now here's her on her coronation, June 2nd of 1953. You can pause the screen if you want to see. There's nobody in chat. What the heck, guys? What the heck? You guys are mean.
It's a saxophone.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. I said that on the stream. I know.
Hopefully we get somebody in here.
Who's the last person to talk?
Endoskeleton.
Who is that person?
I don't know. Apparently they know David. So that coronation picture was taken on the 2nd of June, 1953. The Queen, the picture headline is, the Queen arrives at Westminster Abbey for her coronation wearing her coronation dress and the diamond diadem. Diadem. I don't know how to say that because I'm not good with dresses. Also known as the George IV state diadem. George IV, you know George IV?
George IV.
My man, George IV.
Your man.
I love George IV. He's the guy, you know, I don't know if I've ever showed him, but he has like the smoothest skin of like any monarch of all time. George IV was king from 1820 to 1830, so about a while back from there. The crown made for King George IV's coronation in 1821 was set with 1,333 diamonds and is a familiar sight in stamps and coins. So that crown that she's wearing was worn by King George IV in his coronation. That's pretty cool. Which was in 1821. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. That's pretty sweet. I actually enjoy that. Next page. There's 3 watching now. Okay, this is a big one. This is a full page.
Sarah's on.
Sarah?
Sarah's on the chat.
Okay, well, pull it up here. We've already been streaming for 57 minutes.
Really?
Okay, here's the deal. We'll read half of this today and the second half on Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay. She's on. She's on.
Well, let me see if this looks good. Sarah Nisley! What's going on? Here, pull this up. I gotta see if this looks good.
Okay.
We'll go to the new part.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you guys have seen enough of this. There we go.
Yeah.
So this picture here. Oh, that's not even it. This is it. This picture was taken on June 2nd, 1953. This is also at her coronation there. So this photo here. Sarah, I'm getting to that here in a second. So here we go. The Queen hands the jeweled sword of offering to the Dean of Westminster Abbey before being crowned. It is presented to the new monarch as a part of a collection of regalia that represents chivalry. I can't really read. It is set with stones, including diamonds, emeralds, and rubies, and decorated with the national emblems of England, Scotland, and Ireland: roses, thistles, and shamrocks. Nice. So how's Sarah doing today?
What was it? We'll ask her. This is funny.
Well, you don't have to type it because she'll hear me.
Yeah.
But
Maya dog.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, pap.
Little pop.
How are you doing today, Miss Sarah? Wouldn't it be Miss Nisley?
Sure.
I'm doing good. How are you all? Tired?
Yeah, we are pretty tired.
But
I was more tired yesterday. I'm in a good mood.
It's always good.
Indeed. I wish we could have done this outside. It would have been so much
It would have.
better. What did you say? Just an old man playing guitar.
The radio alarm is a bit too strong for his afternoon taste.
Shout out to this guy.
Stumbles downstairs, sets some coffee to brew, moves his hands through the hair on his face. When the
Imagine
coffee
he
is
watches
ready,
this.
steady as he pulls the first cup.
Shout out his channel.
He tries to be great.
Shout outs to Frank Watkinson.
There we go.
Being awake's good.
Okay, I think we're done with this. All right, next picture. Gosh, a lot of these in 1953. Okay. What's next two here? Both taken in 1953. This one here, and then her up here. The crown. I don't know if is that George IV's crown. That'd be awesome if it is. Whew. Ooh. I know.
I'm doing
Where's
good.
Marlene at?
I don't know. She's
I wish
like,
I could text her somehow.
don't you have her? Isn't she your grandma?
I
Can't
do.
you just
I do.
talk to her?
But the phone is filming.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I don't know.
What about your computer?
I don't know if I can't contact her.
Sir asked what we did today.
Oh, today we did a lot of stuff. We played music,
We got
breakfast.
Yeah, we had breakfast. We had those sandwiches. And then we went to sectionals. How was your sectionals?
Fun.
Fun.
How was yours?
Mine was good. I had Jam with James as my. I found out.
Oh,
I didn't know he was Jam with James.
Ah.
I thought it was just a random saxophone guy, but he's.
I don't know what happened to our guy, the trumpet guy. It's just he just left after the section. He wasn't even there the whole time. But he's interesting. He's cool.
Yeah.
And then we did a full band.
Yeah.
For about an hour.
with Dr. Tally.
Dr. Tally. And after that, we did
We went to. Didn't we eat lunch after?
Possible. I think so.
Yeah, we went and got lunch.
And then we came back, or we got lunch at Brennan's.
Brennan's.
We came back and we went to the choir thing.
Yeah.
We're singing at a baseball game. OMG. I love Dr. Tally. I love Dr. Tally. Yeah, he's cool. He's basically Mr. Rodish.
Basically.
I mean, they're similar. We did choir, and then we did Jam with James, I think. Jam with James was
Yeah, I think Jam with James was right after choir.
yeah. And then after that, we did full band again. Then after that,
We went
back here. Dinner.
Yeah, dinner.
Hung out here for a little bit with Caitlin.
Yeah, we hung
Schwab.
out, sat down, and then we went over to the
Concert.
faculty concert.
Faculty concert. And the funny story, we were sitting there, I sneezed, and there were two people performing. Jam with James was performing saxophone. One guy was on the piano, and I went, like I was sneezing, and they both said, "Bless you." And they were in the middle of performing, and they said, "Bless you." It was hilarious.
And it's funny because it was right before Jam with James. He stopped playing for a bit.
Yeah,
So-
and I
so he had the
coincidentally
opportunity to say that.
sneezed during that point.
It was funny.
And then we came back here and started the stream.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We need to get moving.
Oh, Marlene's on.
Yeah, Marlene Tubbard! Heck yeah. She's finally on. I'm just talking about you.
Yeah. Let's type in.
Okay, so these pictures here, taken June 2nd, 1953. So I'm reading more about her coronation. June 2nd, 1953 was a huge day because that's the day she became, well, she was already queen before, but she officially was crowned queen. Wearing the top one, wearing her imperial state crown, the queen leaves Westminster Abbey following her coronation. The crown is on display at the Tower of London currently, and she also wears it for the annual state opening of Parliament. One of the most elaborate pieces of the royal regalia is set with 2,868 diamonds and other stones, including 17 sapphires, 11 emeralds, and 269 pearls. And the bottom one, hello, are you guys having a good time? Yes, I guess. Yeah, we're having a pretty good time. It's just the camp is a lot, but we're having fun, dude. It's been a blast here.
Yes.
And then this one here, bottom pick. It's actually in color. First picture in color today. The Queen appears on the balcony of Buckingham Palace following her coronation ceremony. The Archbishop of Canterbury conducted the 3-hour service, which was composed of 6 parts: the recognition, the oath, and the anointing, and the investiture, which includes the crowning. The enthronement and the homage. The Archbishop asked the Queen whether she was willing to take her coronation oath, to which she replied, "I am willing." The Archbishop then asked 3 more questions about upholding her new position, and the Queen assented to each one. She then laid her right hand on the Bible and said, "The things which I have here before promised, I will perform and keep. So help me God." So help me God. That's what the presidents say in their oaths too. That was in 1953. When the Queen... Okay, here's another picture here. She's driving. She's in the car there. Okay. When she sailed into Sydney Harbor, Queen Elizabeth was the first reigning British monarch to ever visit Australia. And Australia is a part of the British Commonwealth since like the 1700s. And no monarch visited until Elizabeth in 1954. Wow. It's kind of crazy. Stupid George III, George IV, William IV, Victoria, Edward VII, George V, Edward VIII, and George VI not visiting Australia. What the heck?
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, well, those are all the monarchs. So, 1954 was when that car picture was taken. This is in, I believe, Australia. I don't really know. The Queen and Philip arrived at the Parliament House in Hobart, Tasmania, Australia during their 6-month Commonwealth tour from November of 1953 to May of 1954. This was Elizabeth's first major journey as monarch, and the royal couple visited 13 countries and traveled to more than 40,000 miles. 5-year-old Prince Charles and 3-year-old Princess Anne remained at the home in care of the Queen Mother. Here we go. 1950s. Why is Princess Diana? She wasn't even alive yet. She wasn't born until like 1961.
And they're just now showing her?
We're still in the 1950s.
Are we? In the book?
Yeah.
So they're showing her earlier.
I don't know why they're showing Princess Diana. There's Diana. And then there is Elizabeth over here. Now, Elizabeth. That picture was taken on April 4th of 1955. The Lover's Knot tiara was made for Queen Mary in 1914. Mary of Teck. As I talked about her. And inherited by the Queen who is wearing... Oh! They're showing Diana because Diana's wearing that same tiara.
Oh.
Same crown or whatever. That's what that is.
She said we look tired.
Taylor, I mean.
She said
Who's Taylor?
Yeah, who's Taylor?
Marlene, I think you're getting a little... Queens, let's go. Oh, check this out. So we have Queen Elizabeth wearing the tiara in 1955. We got Princess Diana wearing it, and here's Kate Middleton down here, I believe, which is Prince William's wife, which will be the Queen consort and whenever Charles dies or whatever. I think that's Kate Middleton. Yeah, Duchess of Cambridge. So that's Kate Middleton. And Kate Middleton, Princess Diana, and Queen Elizabeth all wearing them. April 4th of 1955, the Lover's Knot tiara was made for Queen Mary, Mary of Teck, who we've already talked about before, in 1914, and was inherited by the Queen, who is wearing it as she arrives for a dinner to mark Winston Churchill's retirement. That's sad. I guess he was retiring. This head, oh my God, he was like in his 80s. was like 81 at that point. Holy crap, with Churchill, my God. This headpiece was worn many times by Princess Diana after her wedding in 1981. And after Diana's divorce from Prince Charles in 1996, the tiara was returned to the royal family. Today, the tiara is worn by the Duchess of Cambridge below for the state banquets and the Queen's annual diplomatic reception. That's Kate Middleton down there, who is not Queen Victoria. Queen Elizabeth, her eldest son is Charles, and then his eldest son is William. William's wife is Kate Middleton right there, so she will be a queen consort one day, as long as she doesn't die. Sorry, Kate, if you're watching this. You're not going to die. You're, I think, in good health. So you always got to be careful when people are alive. I doubt the Duchess of Cambridge would be watching this video, but you never know. So rather be safe than sorry. So that tiara is pretty cool. I did not know that. Marlene wasn't born until 1959, so this is before Marlene was even born. So that's pretty crazy. So that tiara has some pretty cool value. So when did Mary of Teck die? I want to look that up because Mary of Teck lived a long time. She was still alive. Now she was George V's wife, not George VI. George VI's wife was Elizabeth, Queen Mother. We've talked about her. Her grandma was Mary of Teck, and Mary of Teck was still alive when she took the throne. Oh, we need to look up here. Can you get to Google?
Dude, it's right here.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're going to find out when Mary of Teck died. Mary of Teck. Mary of Teck died in 1953, so the year after Elizabeth became queen. So in 1953, the crown was, I guess, originally worn by Mary of Teck, and then it was passed down to Elizabeth, and then to Princess Diana, and then to Kate Middleton. Okay. Next picture. We have Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip. This picture was taken in May of 1956, which was the year my grandma was born. Not Marlene, my other grandma. My mom's mom was born in May of 1956. That's that mom. So, it could have been, if it was on May 13th, that means that's her birthday. That was the day she was born as this was taken, but this was taken around the time. Okay, in this picture, the Queen and Prince Philip with Prince Charles at age 7 and Princess Anne at the age of 5. The family enjoyed the day at Windsor Great Park, where Philip played polo. Most of the royal family are accomplished riders, with several members, including Prince Charles, Prince William, Prince Harry, having played and competed in a polo as young men. Prince Philip took up carriage driving after he stopped playing polo in 1971. So that's him there. So who's this, Bruno?
I can't tell which one is which.
Who are the two men?
The two men? Oh, that's a dude?
This is Elizabeth's husband. Who is that?
Oh, what was his name?
Prince what?
Prince
Richard.
Right.
Richard, what the heck?
What was it?
I don't know. You tell me.
You tell me.
I read about it.
I'm sorry.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Guess.
I don't know. I know it's your rival.
Prince Philip.
Philip.
Who's this?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Chad.
It's literally Queen Elizabeth or something.
I'm sorry.
Who's this?
I have no idea.
Oh my God. Prince Charles.
Prince Charles. I don't know.
It's his sister, so what is she? What's her title? If he's a prince, then she's a...
Princess.
Yeah, princess what? Don't you dare say Diana.
I'm not.
Princess... What? Did I do that? Did you do that?
No, I did that.
Here's Mary of Teck, for those of you that were wondering. Princess Anne.
Okay, Anne. Yeah.
Who's this?
Corgi.
Yeah! Okay, next page. I feel your pain, Taylor. He does that to me a lot. I quiz her a lot on things. Here's Marilyn Monroe.
Okay.
You've seen her before.
Uh-huh.
Have you?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
and
good.
The name is recognizable.
Yeah. This is Queen Elizabeth with Marilyn Monroe. Taken in October 29th of 1956. In this picture, the Queen is greeting Marilyn Monroe at the Royal Film Performance in London's Leicester Square, ahead of the screening of the film The Battle of the River Plate. They were both 30 years old. They're born the same year. This was their only meeting. Monroe died 6 years later in 1962 from, I think, a drug overdose. I think. Well, let me look that up. How did Marilyn Monroe die? I think it was a drug overdose, but I spelled it wrong. Marilyn Monroe. She died young. She was only about 36. She died. She was a overdose late evening of August 4th of 1962. Okay, I'll get the chat back up. Close it down.
Still open Samsung Pay.
Oh, open the stream. Oh, holy crap! Burn up, dude, slowly. He just locked himself out of his phone.
My bad.
Okay. Oh, I guess we're not finding out.
No, it's okay. We got 20 seconds. 17.
We'll just wait. So that's Marilyn Monroe. I'll read the headline here. Helen Mirren and Emma Thompson are superstars who had played with Queen Elizabeth on screen. Yeah, it's not just Marilyn Monroe. It's other people. Just Marilyn Monroe's the best of them. Or the most famous, at least. Feel your pain. Does it? Watch. She feels it. Okay, next picture was taken also in October of 1957. Top one there. Okay, this one is above. The Queen shakes the hands with President Dwight D. Eisenhower. Okay, this is Dwight D. Eisenhower. Did not know that. There's Eisenhower. He was president in 1957. There's Queen Elizabeth. Shakes hands with President Dwight D. Eisenhower during a visit to the White House. So Elizabeth visited the White House. Nice. This was Elizabeth's first official visit to the United States as a monarch. And Eisenhower, this book was made by Americans. So this is very heavy on U.S. stuff. So I'm just giving you a heads up right now. So don't complain. And Eisenhower was the first president she met in that role. She has since met every single U.S. president after Eisenhower, except Lyndon B. Johnson. He's the only one she didn't actually meet, which is weird. I don't know why him, because he was in there for a while. So she met Kennedy, Richard Nixon, Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, George Bush, both Bushes, Bill Clinton, George Bush Sr., the pork rinds guy, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Obama, Trump, and Biden. She's met them all. And here we go. This picture on the bottom here was taken October 13th of 1957. This is of, who is that? I don't know who that is. I think that's the Canadian Prime Minister, but I could be wrong. So she visited Canada in October 13th of 1957. The Queen visits Canadian veterans at a war memorial in Ottawa, Ontario. It was her first trip to Canada since taking the throne. She had visited Canada the most of any country, a total of 22 times since becoming queen. So she's, out of all the countries she's visited, Canada is the number one most visited, which makes sense because it is part of the British Commonwealth. So I'm assuming that's probably the Prime Minister of Canada. But I don't know the Canadian Prime Ministers, and I don't know who was the Prime Minister in 1957, but maybe some of you guys can let us know later on.
Make sure I'm going to use the bathroom.
He's going to go to the bathroom. We got 4 people on here. Okay, I'm going to take a break here real quick. Oh, Camden, what are you up to? Holy crap, I feel like garbage. Ah.
How you doing? Doing good. Okay.
We're not gonna go back upstairs.
It's funny we're going to the bathroom on this.
We're gonna go keep him occupied.
Okay.
She's like, I might have to take a dump, so.
No, no. Are you
Did you
serious?
get that on camera?
Huh? Yeah, dude.
Just no, no, just keep him occupied for a little
Oh
bit.
my gosh. You're not act. Oh my gosh. What's up, guys? Welcome back. um. Who's all on the chat? Who's all watching? What's y'all's favorite color? What's y'all's favorite color? I'm waiting. Oh.
Marlene's still on there.
Marlene said her favorite color is blue. I 100% support it. Good color. Okay. Dark green and black. Good choice, Sarah. Okay. Who said pink? I keep having to update this. Oh. Hi, Sarah. Miss Trent's mom. Pink. Okay. That's solid. Favorite candy. Go. Favorite candy. Go. Trent, I'm asking icebreaker questions. I'm asking icebreaker questions. Icebreaker, like I'm asking them like their favorite color.
Okay.
Caramel Buckeyes. Those are pretty good. Classic Hershey bar. There we got Hershey bars. We got, oh crap. We got Hershey's. Got a whole pack of Hershey's. Whole thing of Kit Kats. Boom. Oh yeah. I know, right? Do a little mukbang. Trent, I'm eating a Hershey.
Alright.
Okay. Actually, you know what? We're going to make a house out of these. This isn't really perfect though. Okay, so a little tent right there. And then make a little campfire inside. And then if we had like marshmallows, those could be the pillows that the people sleep in while they're in their tent. So there's that. Okay, next question. Favorite Disney movie? Drum roll. Of all time. Go. I think Trent's getting out. Do 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 do. Mulan, Frozen. Mulan's a classic. Frozen. Yeah, Frozen's pretty good. Trent, what's your favorite Disney movie?
Favorite Disney movie?
Yeah.
All time?
Yeah. I feel like you would be a Wreck-It Ralph kind of
I
guy.
like Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
Is that Disney?
Yeah. Because it's got video games in
I'm gonna
it.
wash my hands first.
Okay.
'Cause I gotta think about this. That's a tough question.
Yeah. Oh crap, what am I doing? How do I put
I'm a big fan of the Pixar movies.
how do I put the comments down? Is it the X?
No, it's
Where do I press this?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh. Okay,
They're good.
There we go.
Okay. My favorite Disney movie.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's hard.
I like the Pixar movies like Monsters Inc. and Cars and
Toy Story?
Toy Story.
Oh.
Toy Story.
Do you like musical Disney movies? Like with songs in it?
Shrek. Oh, that's not Disney.
Like Shrek? Oh. Like Little Mermaid, how they're singing in it?
Little Mermaid. It's got one of my favorites.
That was really Frozen. I mean, that was really funny. I just said Frozen because I saw the word Frozen.
Oh. Okay.
That's a quote. Shrek is the best.
Take one of these. What's chat looking like?
Change my mind. I dare you.
I can name good ones. I just don't know what my all-time favorite.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say the Pixar movies are probably best from my opinion.
Yeah. I made a little.
Oh, and Finding Nemo and Finding Dory.
Yeah.
They're also Pixar. Okay. We're back.
I'm sure. Met this guy at Williamsburg. He said, "What you up to?" Streaming.
Tell him to join if he wants.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
Anyways, guys. Okay, back to the book. Thanks for the chocolates. This is mine? There you go.
Huh?
Right here? I opened it.
Yeah, this one's yours. Carve down the other one.
This is this car one here. This is the next picture. This photo was taken on in 1957. Let's get a little closer look. It shows Queen Elizabeth driving, by the way. It was 1957. The Queen drives her children, Prince Charles and Princess Anne, in Windsor. Although she is always driven to official engagements, Elizabeth enjoyed being behind the wheel when she had the opportunity and continued to drive into her 90s. Wow. Wow. It's now.
I can't believe they let her drive in her 90s.
Yeah. Usually she doesn't. Usually the monarch doesn't drive. But she enjoyed it, so. Okay. Next picture. This is Queen Elizabeth, of course. I don't know who else it would be. That's Queen Elizabeth and her. Oh, what's going on, Billy? Billy, you know Billy is. He's a longtime fan of the channel.
Oh, is he?
He's been around for about 2 years.
What's going on, Billy?
This is Bruno.
Bruno here.
Yes.
Pass. What?
I don't know. Yeah, I am. He is. He's a long time fan. He's been on a bunch of live streams
Oh yeah.
before. We used to play Smash Bros when he did
Oh, yeah.
Smash Bros
That's
streams.
cool. Sweet.
I think when Billy first watched me, I think I was only in like the hundreds of subscribers.
The
I only had like
hundreds?
100.
I thought you meant like hundreds as in years old.
No, like 100. I was like 100 something subscribers. Like it was in the
Yeah.
100s. We've been around for a while. So that picture there of past, yes I am. Hi.
He said pass to the picture you showed.
Oh, well, that's Queen Elizabeth. Dressed in a protective suit and hard hat, the Queen prepares to goes down to a mine at Roth's Cavalry in Fife, Scotland. Although her position often calls for tiaras and ball gowns, Elizabeth also makes hundreds of visits each year to meet ordinary working people in their homes and communities. Here, she officially declared the coal mine open. Nice.
Sweet.
Now we're starting to get to Marlene territory, 1959. Marlene, this was the year you were born. Here's Queen Elizabeth. This was in January of 1959, though she was born in August. The Queen sits down to work as she opens one of the iconic red dispatch boxes she receives daily. The boxes, which are made by the British leather goods company Barrow, Hepburn, and Gale, contain documents about government business, some of which require the Queen's signature as a matter of formality. Okay. January 1959.
Marlene's a great year.
Great here indeed. Oh, fun fact about Marlene, she was born August 21st, 1959, the same day that Hawaii became a state.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, she was born the same day and Hawaii became a state.
Way.
Oh, here's the man Kennedy. Here is Prince Philip, Jackie Kennedy, Queen Elizabeth, and John F. Kennedy. This picture was taken in June of 1961. So Marlene, you were almost 2 years old when that picture was taken. United States President John Kennedy and First Lady Jackie Kennedy are hosted by the Queen and Prince Philip at Buckingham Palace. The visit occurred 5 months after the president took office. When he was assassinated 2 years later in November of 1963, Prince Philip attended the state funeral in Washington, D.C. Did not know that. That's pretty cool. The glamorous American president and his wife paid a formal visit to the Queen at Buckingham Palace in 1961. All right, Bruno, you're up. Chapter 2, Monarch and Mother, 1962 to 1971. This is her second decade.
Okay.
Bruno is going to read the excerpt.
Okay.
And it'll pass on to me once we get chapter 3. I'll add in if I need
I
to.
think you got chocolate on it.
Oh, no. So bad.
All right.
I'm going to go get a snack, so just read.
Okay. When 25-year-old Elizabeth came to the throne, she already had 2 children. She completed her family a decade later within the births of Prince Andrew in 1960 and Prince Edward in 1964. By the time her 3rd and 4th children were born, sometimes referred to as her second family because of the large age gap, the Queen was more settled in her role, and many observers had cited that she was able to enjoy more time with them. Indeed, the public was able to see for themselves what life for the Windsors was like in 1969, with the landmark behind-the-scenes BBC documentary, Royal Family. The film was hugely popular, an estimated audience of 350 million people worldwide tuned in to see scenes of the royals chatting around the dinner table, posing for pictures, and making small talk during official visits.
It's true.
But a move that suggests that the Queen regretted letting the cameras getting so close. The film was locked away and wouldn't be seen for decades, until it was leaked on YouTube in 2021.
Yeah.
This decade also saw the Queen making some milestone trips, both by air and on royal yacht Britannia. She traveled West Germany in 1965, 20 years after the end of the World War II, and toured Canada in 1967 to mark the 100th anniversary of its confederation. At home,
Nice.
At home, there was a heartbreaking visit in 1966 to Aberfan, where she met families devastated by the collapse of a coal tip onto the Welsh mining village that killed 116 children.
Never heard of that before. It sucks.
Me neither. While the Queen had been greeting her public since the start of her reign, it is her 1970 visit to Australia and New Zealand that is most often credited with starting a tradition of the royal walkabout, just as she and Prince Philip greeted assembled well-wishers on that trip. Members of the royal family continue to shake hands and meet the crowds in what is now seen as an integral part of the royal visits.
All right.
Yeah. Want to add anything?
Show them the picture.
Oh, yeah. That's her and Philip?
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
You know, Philip. And that picture was taken in, when does it say? May 11th, 1963. Read that headline.
Queen and Prince Philip share a moment of laughter. Their mutual sense of humor throughout the years has often been cited as one of the secrets of their successful marriage.
Oh, yeah.
Philip passed away on April 9th, 2021 at age 99, making him the longest serving British consort in history. Consort. He and the Queen were married for 73 years.
Wow.
Here's another picture.
The this one here is Philip and Elizabeth, and that's Prince Edward, their youngest child. And it says it's a 15-year age gap between Charles and Edward.
Yeah.
15 years. Yep.
June.
So that was taken June 13th, 1964, when he was born, or around when he was born. So read that.
The Queen holds her youngest child, Prince Edward, at 3 months old, on the balcony of Buckingham Palace during her official birthday parade, trooping the color. The Queen's actual birthday is April 21st, but the occasion is marked officially on the second Saturday in June. The tradition of sovereign having 2 birthdays began with King George II in 1748.
Yeah! George II's the hair guy, you know? The long hair.
Yeah.
Dude, he's freaking awesome.
His birthday was in November, but he moved the celebrations to coincide with an annual military parade in the summer.
Yep. I love George II.
I know.
All right, a little bit to add on George's. Time for bed. Get out of here.
Your mom's gonna see that.
You know what? But yeah, George II was king back in the 1748 was when he started that tradition. And he was the guy with the awesome hair. I freaking love George II, man. All right, next picture is this taken in June of 1965.
Yep.
And we'll check it out. That is probably Elizabeth and Edward, and that's probably Prince Andrew.
Yep. Alright, the Queen with Prince Edward and Prince Andrew.
Called it. I didn't even say it.
Yep. In a 2002 BBC interview, Princess Anne hit back at critics who suggested the Queen's role implied she was a distant and uncaring mother. We as children, quote unquote, we as children may have not been too demanding in the sense we understood that the limitations were in time and the responsibilities placed on her as monarch and the things she had to do and the travel she had to make. But I don't believe that any of us for a second thought she didn't care for us in exactly the same way as any other mother did. I just think it's extraordinary that anybody could construe that might not be true.
Huh. Andrew and Edward.
Yep.
Men.
You say men?
The men, well, they're men
Oh.
now. They're grown. They're like old people now.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
And we got February 10th, 1966.
The black and white one is
Yeah.
Elizabeth and who are all those people? Let's see. Army, military, British. We'll find out. Read the headline. Well, actually, read this first.
Queen Elizabeth is a head of state in 15 countries around the world, half of which are in the Caribbean.
Yeah. The British Empire is huge.
Yep.
She's head of state in 15 countries, including Canada.
Okay, February 10th, 1966. The Queen has traveled extensively over the course of her reign, visiting more than 100 countries. She also has frequently toured the Commonwealth, a voluntary association of 54 member countries, nearly all of which are former territories of the British Empire.
Yep.
Here she inspects a guard of honor in Trinidad during a royal tour of the Caribbean.
Heck yeah, man.
All right.
Next photo. This one's cool. I saw this one. It's the whole family.
Gang's all here.
Name them all for her.
What?
Can you name them all for me?
Oh my gosh.
Who's this?
Okay. Philip.
Who's this?
Is that Andrew?
Nope.
Or what was the other little boy?
Edward.
Edward.
Who's this?
That's Queen Elizabeth.
Who's this?
That's Andrew.
Who's this? I have no idea who that is. Oh no, that's I know who this is. Who's that?
I don't know.
Princess Anne, and who's this?
Oh, I don't know that guy.
It's Charles.
Oh, Charles.
He's the eldest child.
Yeah. Okay, April 21st, 1968.
That was her 42nd birthday. Oh.
The Queen, Prince Philip, and their 4 children take a walk on the grounds of Frogmore House in Windsor, a royal residence since 1792. Frogmore
Who
House.
was king in 1792?
I have no
George
idea.
the Third.
Oh,
So that he was king back then.
yeah. Frogmore House was originally used by Queen Charlotte, the wife of King George III.
Yeah, got it. I just I like say it and then it comes up immediately.
Yeah. As a country retreat. Its gardens include the Royal Burial Ground and the Royal
Burial Ground.
Mausoleum.
All right, we got to pause real quick.
Okay.
The Royal Burial Ground is actually, I think, where Edward VIII is buried. We talked about Edward VIII at the beginning of the video. He was the one that abdicated Elizabeth's uncle. I think he's buried in that cemetery. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that he's buried there. All right, you can continue now.
Okay. Where Queen Victoria and Prince Albert are laid to rest. Nearby is the burial place of King Edward VIII and
I just said that.
and Wallace Simpson.
Okay, so Victoria's buried there too.
Yeah.
And Edward VIII.
Yeah.
Cool.
Frogmore Cottage, a former staff quarters, was renovated to become the British home of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, although Sussex.
Yeah.
Although Harry and Meghan have since stepped back from royal life and now reside in California.
Yep.
Cali.
They do. So it wasn't that. Anything updates on chat?
On chat. Oh, Marlene said I'm a good read. Thanks, Marlene. I try.
Next page. 1969.
Picture. In the comfort of their home.
Okay. Name them for me. Who's this?
Is it Andrew?
Nope.
Oh my gosh. Wait, no, Andrew's the oldest, right?
Nope.
Wait, no, that's Andrew.
Andrew? Who's
okay.
this?
That's crap. That's dude. You just told me.
He is a dude. He's the eldest son, Prince of Wales.
I forgot.
Charles.
I knew it
Who's
started.
this?
That is Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
That is Philip.
Who's this?
That is. Oh my gosh. It's Andrew and then a little. Henry.
Nope.
What? No.
Edward.
Edward.
Who's this?
I have no idea.
I can't see it.
Yeah.
Where's Princess Anne at? She's not even
I
in
don't
here.
know.
Oh. Actually, I think that's her, but you just can't. You just can't see because of the book.
She's excluded from the picture.
Okay, get that. All right, read this.
1969. The Queen and Prince Philip at Windsor Castle with their children. A royal home and fortress for over 900 years. Windsor Castle, the largest occupied castle in the world, remains a working palace today.
I'm pretty sure it was built by William the Conqueror,
Yeah.
who was back in 1066. Building's almost 1,000 years old. Next page.
Great.
July 1st, 1969.
This top picture here.
We got here.
Crown.
That is Elizabeth crowning Charles, I guess, is Prince of Wales.
Yep. Right. July 1st, 1969.
It's my YouTube channel anniversary, is July 1st.
Yeah.
Bye, Billy. Billy left.
Oh, okay. The Queen invests Prince Charles as the Prince of Wales during a ceremony at Caernarfon
Castle.
Caernarfon Castle in
I
Wales.
think.
Charles was made Prince of Wales, and when he was age 9, but he was not formally invested until he was 20. The title is given to the eldest son of kings and queens.
Yep.
And Charles has been the longest-serving Prince of Wales.
Definitely.
The vestiture ceremony is like a coronation, with the prince being presented with the symbols of the position: the sword, coronet, ring, rod, and mantle. The service was televised and watched by 500 million people around the world.
Dang. Oh, so the first ever Prince of Wales, I think, was Edward II back in 1290 something, when he conquered Wales. So Edward I conquered Wales back in 1290 or something like that, 1292.
Yeah.
Back in the day. So, what we got here? October 14th of 1969. We got.
Show that.
I'll show it for you. Just get close. There we go. Okay, you get to see the evolution from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Who are these people?
I
don't know. I just know that's Elizabeth. Yeah.
October 14th, 1969. Apollo 11 astronauts Michael Collins, Neil Armstrong, and Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah.
So, says from left to right. So that is Michael Collins, Neil Armstrong, and then Buzz Aldrin.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. They meet the Queen at Buckingham Palace. She hosted the crew a few months after the historic July moon landing, as did other heads of state. She sent a message that was carried on to the mission, quoting that, "On behalf of the British people, I salute the skills and courage which have brought man to the moon. May this endeavor increase the knowledge and well-being of mankind."
Nice.
Yep.
And then here we go, another 1969 picture. Elizabeth sitting at the table with Charles. I know that's Charles. Might be Anne. I don't know. I think that's Philip. Probably Charles, Anne, and Philip, most likely. It's a BBC documentary.
After decades of being locked away, the BBC documentary Royal Family is now available to watch on YouTube.
You can watch it. I've never seen it. That's the one they said was leaked last year.
Yeah.
For the first time.
That's funny.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right, check that out. Read.
1969. Queen has lunch with Prince... Wait, did we show this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
In the picture, the Queen has lunch with Prince Philip, Prince Charles, and Princess Anne.
Yep.
The scene was filmed for the BBC documentary Royal Family. The program revealed the family going about their daily lives and exchanging small talk during official visits. It was hugely popular and had an estimated audience of 350 people worldwide. Princess Anne later admitted in a 2002 BBC interview that she never liked the idea of the documentary.
So, wait, let's see, where should we stop? So, 70 years, what's half of 7? Oh, my phone's almost dead. Crap. Okay, we'll end once you get done with chapter 2.
Oh.
Okay. Actually, I think we should end here because we're at chapter 3. We'll start chapter 3 next time, and then we'll get to the end. All right, well, that was the first 20 years of her reign there. Just remember chapter 3, 1972, where we end up. She's starting to get old now. She's starting to enter.
She's an old lady.
She's going to be entering her 60s now.
It's crazy.
All right, she got old fast.
Yeah, she's really young when you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, when you read, she was probably about in her 40s then. She'll be in her 50s. She'll be in her 50s, actually, not 60s until 1970s or 1980s. Nope. Well, she'll be in her 50s there. I don't know. Anyways, guys, let's check chat here real quick. Not many people joined. That was kind of suck. I wish more people had joined.
We got a decent amount.
June 20th. Alright, we're about to end here. So with that all said and done, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to comment, subscribe. We'll be back like Wednesday or Thursday. I don't want to do it tomorrow. We'll probably just do it Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
To finish up. Maybe, to finish up.
Oh, Bradley's on here, I think.
The book. Bradley!
Yeah.
What are you doing, Brad? I just ended it. Or it's coming in, so. That's Elizabeth. We still got to do the next 50 years. So, that's another thing, guys. Watching. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Whack. How do I turn this
Goodbye.
off? How do I turn this off?